Breathing break demonstration number 4, Nadi Shadhana breathing, or alternate nostril breathing. This is helpful in a couple of situations, and I'll explain what that is and why that is. Okay, we have a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere in our brain, and a bundle of nerves in the middle. And the brain does different things. Okay, and because of our ultradian rhythm, every 90 to 120 minutes, we'll have this switch back and forth. And when we have a switch back and forth, we'll often have a focus change. Why? Well, it kind of depends on what side's in charge, so to speak. For most right-handed people, your left side of your brain is your analytical brain that holds definitions and is the busy brain, so to speak. The right side, for most people who are right-handed, is your imaginative side. It's the ones when I say apple, your left side goes, oh, I know what an apple is. That is, and it has a definition. And the right side goes, oh, pretty little apple, and it shows an image. Okay? So the imaginative, creative, emotional side. Analytical, emotional. Now, it can be switched with other people, but the facts are that one side of the brain is going to be analytical and the other side is going to be creative. Now, during our ultradian rhythms, we'll go back and forth. Sometimes when you're really, really tired, you're kind of like, woof, okay. And then you'll figure out, oh, my right side, I need a little bit of kind of a pick me up or a little balance, or maybe I'm too focused on the analytical and I need to kind of balance it. So, yeah. So how do you do this? You're going to do this, and now I often, when you're in a yoga class, they'll have you do your fingers here, but that'll put my hand in front of my face and can't hear me. So I'm going to do it on the side, and I may go back and forth just to make it so that you can see what in the world I'm doing. And I'll try again to do some constriction so you can hear the difference. And I'm going to do it for 5 breaths in, and then I will demonstrate. So you're going to hold, and the way it's going to work, you're going to hold one side, and you're going to breathe in. And up to 5 seconds. Then you're going to switch and breathe out for 5 seconds. Then, without switching, you're going to breathe in for 5, switch, out for 5, in, switch, out. In the switching, you're going to end up holding your breath for about a second, not a big time. And so it's going to be 5 seconds, change, 5 seconds out, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. So again, you can do this in a chair. I prefer a chair. Definitely don't, standing up, you could do it, but you might get lightheaded. So sitting down is always good. Feet on the floor, very helpful. Okay, so take a normal breath in. Okay, ready? In. In. Switch. In, same side. Switch. Out. In. Switch. As I started doing that, I noticed that my right side was a little more plugged than my left side. Why was that? Because, think about this. I'm sitting here doing an analytical thing. I'm doing a busy brain thing. And so it would make sense that my left side is dominant. By doing that, very quickly, both sides kind of balanced out. So I ended up balancing my brain. So Nadi Shadhana is a great balancing. If you find yourself being very emotional and you're like, really, okay, the emotion side, I need to do some rational stuff. That's really helpful before doing your ABCs, your emotional ABCs, so you can kind of balance this. Or if you find yourself just kind of like too thinking, I'm up in my brain, I'm too thinking, breathe. And you can do this alternate nostril breathing. About 10 breaths is about right. And this is one where when you're doing a breathing break and you're practicing this, so it'll be there when you need it, do 10. But when you're thinking about how do I incorporate this in my life, you will do the alternate nostril breathing for as long as it takes till you notice that both sides are even, or as even as they can be. Now, if you got a cold, that can be effective. That can affect the nostril breathing. All right, stay tuned for the next demonstration for your breathing break.